What's up, guys? Let's get back to a real video. I'm here. I'm painting Infinity still. I'm in the final stretch. I thought I was going to be due. I actually can't. I can't meet the client to give this back to him until the 22nd. So I got a little bit of a break. So I spent. I gave myself a couple of days to finally just chill and recover and sleep. And I recorded a bunch of videos and scheduled them to release so I wouldn't miss my weekly upload or my daily upload spree. And then I realized one of them didn't publish actually. So I guess I technically, I guess I kind of missed it, which I don't know. I'm not counting it as missing it. It was a YouTube problem. So I'll eventually release that one. I'm not really sure what happened with it. I got to figure out why. But painting this guy, this green guy, this guy has been so much fun to paint. This guy has been the absolute opposite of Maximus. Maximus, I gotta finish the face and the shield. I really want to spend a lot of time, or not a lot of time, because I don't have a lot of time, but I want to make them look really good. So I was just kind of just chilling, taking a step away, because I want to airbrush the shield, and I'm having some airbrush problems again, man. I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of getting sick of airbrushing. I just don't know if it's worth it. You know, I think it's definitely worth it when you're doing army stuff. But when you're doing individual models, I know that you can get really cool effects and you can kind of like cheat and do, like you can brush paint and then you can come back in and soften all the transitions with the airbrush and you can get a really good looking paint job with it. But for what I'm painting right now and like just trying to get a high quality tabletop level, which like I think we're like definitely past high quality tabletop level. I'm still working on the non-metal metallic, but I just don't know if it's worth getting the airbrush out. Like if I spend 5 minutes airbrushing, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes cleaning it, and I just don't know if that's worth it or not. So I'm painting this dude's little hair, all the hair stuff that got oversprayed down on the legs. I want to try and get this guy finished today because I don't want it to be the middle of the month and not have finished models. You know, it's Mother's Day this weekend. It's Mother's Day this weekend, so I'm gonna do like the family thing, so I'm not gonna have a ton of time to paint on the weekend, but I want to try to get this guy done, or like I probably won't be able to finish him today, but I want to get him very close to finish today. And then I just have all the little guys and they're just gonna be fast. I've got a lot of the base coating done on them. They're nothing too crazy. Those guys seem like they're gonna paint up pretty quickly. The non-metal metallic is a paint on them, so I'm working through that. But I think once I get the non-metal metallic done, everything else will be pretty easy, I hope. Famous last words. Kind of just getting like recalibrated because I was just feeling so sick and so bad for so long. But it seems like what I have is acid reflux, but not like normal acid reflux where it's heartburn, but it's like up in my lungs and my esophagus wreaking havoc. But I've still definitely not 100%, but I can talk again. I can breathe again, which is the big one. And I am not in like a huge amount of pain in my chest. So that is just like a huge quality of life improvement. I've been pretty messed up like since December, and that kind of put a real damper on my plans for this channel, on what I wanted to do on my life. But I feel like I'm coming back, being myself, getting closer to being myself again, feeling really good because I've had to just like change so many things. So I'm really excited to get these commissions done because there's so much stuff that I'm inspired to do. And like literally since I made that video about these miniatures changed how I looked at the hobby, I have been wanting to do those miniatures and those kind of games, and I just haven't been able to because I've been sick as hell and I've been painting commissions. So we're going to get this Infinity commission done. We're going to get the Dusk commission done. And I'm excited to paint Dusk. I think that'll go really fast just because it's a way simpler paint job than all of these guys were. It's all uniform army painting. And what I actually enjoy, like painting the color schemes and stuff. The non-metal metallic on there is going to be fun to do, you know, so that'll be cool. That's what we're in for. I don't really know what this video is. It's just me rambling, talking to the homies. But I haven't been making like tutorials on the Infinity stuff because I honestly don't really know what I'm doing. Like there's no I'm just looking at box art and I'm trying to figure it out. And there's a lot of experimentation and back and forth and like fixing stuff that I'm doing. So I don't, instead of like showing you how I'm painting, I think I kind of want to talk through like how it works, because all I have, and honestly, this picture is not very good. And then there's, I did find one more picture online, but it's the same angle. So you're not really seeing too much. So I'm trying, like, one, I got to use the colors that I have. Like, I'm not going to go out and buy colors, because this isn't the paid commission. And I don't even really want to talk about the circumstances of this commission, but paying some models for a person here locally. I don't even know if I call this a commission. So we just got to get it done, you know, and then all will be well in the world. I have painted Magnus, except I got to do that. Like I said, I got to do the head and the shield, but Magnus looks sick. Like, this is definitely the best model I've ever painted. So that, like, getting challenged, and like the back of it, which the back of it is awesome. I can't get a good picture of it, but the back of it is amazing. Someday I'll be good at miniature. I need to get good at miniature photography before I turn this over, so I can take a picture of that for the archive, before I never see it again, because it's going to a different country at the end of the month. But that part of it was really cool to have, like, that challenge. And what was I even talking about? I don't know. It's been so long since I've been able to talk this much. I'm just saying words nonsensically. Okay, recreating a box art paint job when you don't really know what it is. You have to be forgiving on yourself. Like Maximus, I repainted this white literally 4 times, and that was probably because I was being hypercritical. But I redid the white 4 times, and then the purple, I redid this purple. I honestly, like, I probably spent like 40 hours on the purple, and I'm still, honestly, I'm not 100% happy with the purple on him. But I just got to a point where I was like, I've retouched this so many times. Like, what am I even doing? And is it meaningful? So I just had to let it go. I had to kill my pretties, or whatever Stephen King said about words. And I just kind of accepted, like, hey, this is what it is. If somebody else had painted this and I was looking at it, I would think it was awesome and I would be hyping them up. So, like, why can't I do that for myself? So I'm just letting it go, be what it's gonna be. And now I'm painting this guy. This guy's turning out great. Love this guy. This guy's so much fun. There's a little bit of skin, so I got to go a little crazy with the airbrush and have fun there. I do like using the airbrush for flesh tones, and then I came back in with the brushwork, and I love doing the skin, like his little tummy. The lighting is bad, but and now there's non-metal metallic, but it's like big, large, flat surfaces that I can just do my, like, sketchy, scratchy paint style on, which I don't necessarily know if it translates well to non-metal metallic, but I think it looks cool, and I'm painting it. And I'll come back in and touch it up to make it translate a little bit better. And then fur, I love painting fur. And it's cool color, like, it's like this green. And there was a little bit of experimentation for me to find this green that was going to be close, and I think I just kind of got lucky. Or now I know, like, I have such a limited, actually, I don't really know if it's a limited, I don't have a ton of paints, you know. I bought a ton of Vallejo Air. I brought, like, the whole line literally 12 years ago now. And I've just been using that for so long that now it's almost all gone. So I have, like, all the weird colors left for the most part. And luckily I had a green, and I know that the official painters who paint use a lot of Vallejo. So I guess I got lucky, you know, with this green on the face. And you just have to be forgiving with yourself. Experiment. Like, there's a lot of mixing on my actual desk, like in my airbrush booth. I was just kind of messing around trying to get the color combos and the gradients how I wanted them. And now I'm just coming back in. I airbrushed. This is the color that I airbrushed on it originally, and then I hit it with 2 other colors that were lighter, and then I used speed paint for a wash. And now I'm just coming back in. Now that it's been changed so much, I can just use that initial airbrush color that went through the brush as my highlight, because it's been changed so much. And even if I didn't do anything else to it, paint that comes out of the airbrush just looks different from the bottle versus just actually brush painting it. So we're getting this guy. I'm just picking out all these raised edges, and I don't know, at this point, I haven't finished 100 models, but I've painted like 200 models with this brush. Just since the channel started, all those goblins I use this brush on, all the Trench Crusade stuff, like literally everything I painted, I've been using this brush, and I think it's time that I probably run it through some masters. I've been doing a good job of like cleaning it out while I'm painting, but it's starting to get pretty frayed and frazzled. But it's definitely put some time in, and it's helped us paint a ton. So now I'm just having fun with it. Now the hard part is just getting the time, and then my work situation changed. So it's just like, what's going on here? What am I doing with my life? There's just a lot of stuff that was up in the air that's starting to get resolved, and now I can kind of come back in here and have some fun with it, get recentered. I'm so inspired about the stuff I'm not painting, and that's the bad part about commissions, and it goes back to what I was saying a long time ago about our commissions. Like, is it worth doing commissions? And like for me, I can charge these. I'm not getting paid to do these. This was a trade that I didn't understand the trade at first, and then I just like, I don't even know. I don't want to get into it, but I made a bad trade myself, and it's totally my fault that I did a bad trade. But normally, like, I can charge a pretty high amount for commissions, like the dust stuff, like is like half of a mortgage payment. And I gave him a pretty big discount too, just because Ice King is my boy. But if I wanted to, I could charge like $100 a model. I could paint to that level. I could do that. So I could charge a pretty high amount. But say I like crazy. I'm painting like a model to the absolute best of my ability. I put 100 hours into it. If I charge like $500 for that model, that's $5 an hour. And like how long would it actually take me to put 500 hours? And let me not do 500. Like 100. If you charge $100 for a model, and it takes you, if you could be super fast and paint it in a week, in like 20 hours, if you could pull that out, that's only $5 an hour. So it's very hard to make money, like enough money. You have to charge thousands of dollars per model, and I'm definitely not there yet. I'm not at that level of charging. So then there's the army thing, and like, so you paint a whole army, and on that I can't charge over thousands of dollars for that kind of thing. But then it's like, painting an army could potentially be a near full-time job, even with an airbrush, even with like speed painting hacks. To get it to a tabletop standard, you're still looking like you're probably only you're gonna make like minimum wage, maybe if you're lucky, minimum wage for America. If you're lucky, maybe you'll get to like 15 or 20 an hour. Versus like, if you get I could get another client and I can make like several thousand and only spend a couple hours a day maybe, or a couple hours a week if I get lucky. And I have all that extra time to just paint what I want to paint. So there's this feeling that you have to do the art and get paid to do the art to do it, versus if you find something else where you can make a ton of money faster to get your time back. Like, the time is the important part. And honestly, I think if you're making art for money, it corrupts the art too, or it takes the love out of it for sure, or the joy, or it can take the joy out of it. So you just got to think like, what can I do? You got to start thinking about it in time. Like, what can I do for the smallest amount of time to make the most amount of money so I can actually do the shit I want to do? And it takes a while to get there. Like, I'm 35. I literally spent from like 16 to 32 drinking my life away in the corporate world and just grinding it out. Like, me and I had a close group of friends, and we were like hustlers before hustle culture took over, and like the startup bro thing kind of ruined the word, where we were just like, we were always grinding it out. And it started like in Magic and trying to get enough money to play Magic and getting the money for that. And then those skills kind of just translated into the business world. And then we figured out we were really good at the sales and marketing side, probably from all the Magic hustling that we did. And so I got in a position where I could do that. And I realized really quickly, like, I tried so many times to make a business around the art and like doing the the creative kind of thing, where it's just better to like, maybe I'll spend 4 or 5 hours a day doing something I absolutely hate so I can get the rest of the day to do the things I love, instead of trying to make the thing that I love what pays the bills, because that's really hard to do. And certainly there's some people that are able to do it, but then I don't know. What am I talking about? I'm just trying to paint a dude. Here we go. We got all the green, all the fur. We got it highlighted, base coated. I'll come back in and I'll do like a real final, like very bright highlight. We're spot on to this box art, but we just got to do the big final highlight right around the actual flesh tone. So I don't know. That was me rambling, catching up with you guys, letting you know what's going on, letting you know the future of this channel is going to be like all indie, all weird shit. I'll occasionally do like some Warhammer stuff because I do want to paint up my Inquisitorial agents and like some other cool Warhammer models. So I'll bring some Warhammer back to the channel, but I'm just really inspired about indie games, indie models. So that's what's coming whenever I get these commissions done. I'll probably, when I go into the Dusk stuff, I'm gonna try to live stream like the entirety of the Dusk army painting, because I think that'll be fun. So that'll probably start next week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Bye.